Hello, my friends. Good to see you again. This is 7 English Bible School. Thanks for joining us. And once again, your presence means a lot to me. God bless you and keep you.
What Merck found was essentially hospitalizations were cut by 50% in high-risk individuals, older or obese or those with cardiovascular disease. The drug is interesting because it's easier to manufacture, store, and access than vaccines. But I do have to point out the vaccines are still our weapon against this pandemic. But at the same time, this pill will be there as a safety net for those that are potentially high risk. Take a pill for 5 days and reduce your chances of hospitalization. What Merck found was essentially hospitalizations were cut by 50% in high-risk individuals, older or obese or those with cardiovascular disease. And that was true for across all variants, including Delta. And the fact is that this trial was stopped early because it was deemed unethical to proceed because of the amazing impact that this drug could have. So, there's a lot to think about here in terms of its rollout. You need to implement this drug within 5 days of symptom onset. But the idea is if you can get this drug to people, it will make a really big impact in our battle against COVID. I think it could be a game changer. Merck expects to produce millions of doses. The vaccine itself is about $39. The treatment is about $700. So we do have to be concerned about affordability and accessibility to everyone here in this country. Drug is interesting because it's easier to manufacture, store, and access than vaccines. But I do have to point out the vaccines are still our weapon against this pandemic, and we have to keep focusing on vaccine equity and accessibility. But, this drug is incredibly exciting.
COVID-19 is, just something that's manageable. And that's so important. And because it's a pill, it's something that obviously it can be quite accessible to the general population. So we're excited about this because I do think it can really change the way people will think about COVID-19 if they're unfortunate enough to be facing it themselves.
Hey, if there's a pill that can cut hospitalizations and deaths in half, why do they need to get the shot?
This drug will undermine the vaccine rollout and lead to hesitancy. We have tens of millions of people in that wait and see category, or they're just choosing not to get the vaccine. We do not want to put people in harm's way with this virus. We have severe illness, death, and long COVID. The vaccine is there and will help reduce your risk, but also the risk for the community. But at the same time, this pill will be there as a safety net for those that are potentially high risk.
All right, that's it. This is what the media says. Probably there are pros and cons, but now let's check out some comments.
before we have our worship, I am traveling to another church to visit with meet a new friend and make some connections and observe how they worship. And I was thinking about you and several of our friends from Pohang. I miss you, and I just wish we could, have time together. It is so interesting. I think this is one of the ways that we can observe God in His creation, and that is that we are His creation, and whenever we spend time together, especially time working together and time studying together and all of these things, we can become very close. And you are one of those people that, even though I met later in my life, only recently, your heart and your character and all of those things just are very close, are very dear and very special to me. And so I want you to know that I am praying for you and your family. I miss you. And I'm just thinking about you this morning. So God bless you.
If you are more interested in more information, please leave a comment and I will check out and respond. Once again, thanks for watching. Peace be with you.